Hey Taz, how are you? Good morning. Sorry, I'm just pulling up some cards and stuff, but I'm just trying to get organized. Can't stand having chaplets. It drives me crazy. Just a little something. Alright. I know, usually I post these on my YouTube anyway, so you can go back and see them. Good morning, Emad. Which one am I going to start with? I think I'm going to start with the gratitude ones. Good morning. I don't know why you're saying wow, but good morning. I'm going to pull the gratitude cards first. I posted a video today, a little earlier, and I like to do it just because I like to talk about some of the things that we learn along the way and kind of our superpowers. Something I learned when you're a jack of all trades and a master of none, it means that you can literally do just about anything, and you start to recognize all the things that you walk through with grace, all the things that you do like it's so easy. Good morning, Liam. I'm good. I'm really good. Thank you. How are you? So once you start to recognize those things, you start to see more and more of those things come to light, and you can, it's okay to have pride in them, and it's okay, because you're still learning, and as long as you're open to learning and seeing all the new things, 11:33 on the clock, that's when you really start to understand what God has for you, right? And always along the way, you're gonna find your way, and this whole time in your life, God's been owning these things about you, and you don't even understand, right? Good morning, Anne and Bubba. So let's get one or two gratitude cards. Don't go too many, because, okay. Well, we'll start with that. So this one is, hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And that quote's by Emily Dickinson. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure my volume's up so you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me okay. To feel disappointed is to have cared. Today feel compassion for your tender heart and for the gifts of love it offers. And then we have consciously celebrating the blessings of life is part of an integrated spiritual practice. It is a form of bowing to the mystery. And then make a list of 5 blessings in your life. Add to it once a week, and each month take a few minutes to reflect on the blessings you have. And once you start doing that, you really start to recognize all of the things that you already have. And when you can start finding a place of gratitude, that's where you really get to move forward, and you move forward stronger and faster. Good morning, Jay and Shafika, Tessa and Binky and Ken. Welcome. And why? Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced. So true. The ability to change your mind is an incredible gift. Honor it as such. Allow yourself to change your mind about something today and fully enjoy it. Welcome, Rock. When eating fruit, remember the one who planted the tree. And that one's a Vietnamese proverb. Take time today to show gratitude for those who have contributed to your survival and well-being. No one thrives on their own. We are all connected. Gratitude opens the door to the power, the wisdom, the creativity of the universe. Take some time today for a creative activity to connect with the wellspring that's been within you this whole time. For a lot of people that have just joined or been kind of just starting to stop in, I do a lot of creative things. I like to make my own things. I'm very hands-on, so I paint, I make my jewelry, and I like to write poems, and anything that can be creative. I'm just gonna show you quickly. I have a bunch of pictures, but I like to paint whatever it happens to be in the moment. So it's however I feel at the time, and anything that just gets my head out of the chaos. So we'll do a self-care too. Welcome, Bridget. So how have you been, Elad? How's life going? These ones are some self-care, and they're my favorite because no matter what, at the end of the day, this is something that we need to become masters of. Self-care and loving ourselves really helps us fill our cup all to the point of overflowing, so that when we're walking through, when we're walking around, our overflow is just filling other people's cups without even thinking about it, right? Welcome, Texas. Oh, got one. Do one more. Okay. There. Okay, so we got, you have been criticizing yourself for years, and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. Welcome, Nada and Jamie. Recite this affirmation 5 times this morning. I am perfect just the way I am. And truly, the affirmations, I do affirmations every single day, probably 100 times a day, every chance I get. It helps you be grateful. It helps you recognize the things that you have that are worth putting in that extra effort for. And those things that you have been putting in that effort for, and maybe you don't quite always realize until you start to see things, or some kind of chaos comes in, and you think it should be just this hardest thing to get over, and then before you know it, you blink and you walk through it like so easily. It was like a dance, and you didn't even know. The things we learn along the way really are what shape us, but when we actually can acknowledge that and see within ourselves all those good things and not always focus on the bad. Yes, we want to change things, but things aren't always just good or bad. There's a spectrum, and we're all viewing them from a different filter, right? From whatever the filter of what we were raised with, the good, the bad, the ugly. And at the end of the day, when we can see the positives and find the lesson in any situation that we're in, because there's always going to be a lesson. And when you can see it and understand that, you have the opportunity to maneuver through life where you get to be happy. And when you get to choose that for yourself and not allow somebody to control what you think, feel, where you're going to live, what you're going to do, how you're going to work. You just get the opportunity to be happy. It takes practice, but once you start to recognize yourself and all of those great things that you already have within you, which the world tries so hard to hide from you and not allow you to see, once you start seeing them, the world starts sending you more and more things to be grateful and proud and happy of. So really just take those times to ask yourself, what are the things that I'm really good at? What are the things that that I do with ease? Or when I do them, they make me smile. What do I get better at every single time I try? All these things are simple things that truly are going to make a difference in our lives and the people around our lives, because we're leading in the way. We're clearing our own path, and in doing that, we inspire other people to do that. Even if you don't know it or you don't think it, you do. Whether it's the little kids that your children, your kids' friends, whether it's someone just random walking down the street that you smiled at and said good day, I bet you inspired them to smile at someone else. You'd be surprised what a ripple these simple little things can create in just your own empowerment, your own gratitude, and your own love, but also in all the people around you, people you don't even know, people. We take the bus all the time, and I'm telling you, every time we go on the bus, people have the biggest smile for us, and they're always happy to see us, and there's always a good morning, it's just people really look forward to those things. And when you understand that, and when you look forward to it for yourself, and you start recognizing it, it's a lot easier to understand why other people would look forward to it too. And it's something to be happy about, for sure. So, my turn shall also come. I sense the spreading of a wing. Try to name something that excites you about the coming weeks. Appreciate your ability to find joy in your own dreams. And if you can dream it, you can absolutely achieve it. You just have to figure out the steps, start putting some of the dreams into action. But don't overwork it. And don't hold on to the end result. Don't hold on to how you're going to get there. You have to be open to receiving and allow the universe to weave the web of mystery and awe, and just allow it to lead you exactly where you need to be. And when you start to trust in yourself, you then become to trust in the universe. And as you're healing your traumas and your pains and your struggles, you're helping everyone around you heal too. And you learn so much more about yourself, about others. That is absolutely worth every little bit of just taking that time. You might not see it in the beginning, because in the beginning sometimes it seems like it's rough and it's gross and you're crying and it's yucky and you're digging deep, sitting with those things that nobody likes to do. It takes a very, very, very brave person to sit and do that work. And a lot of people don't quite understand that until they've been through it, and you don't know until you start looking inward. But once you do, I thought I was going to come. Just give me 2 of this one, because they're always long. There's one. Okay. I like it. So we got air. This one is like one of my favorites. And the reason I always pull from this deck, the creator of this deck, I think is AZ Ivy. Yeah. So the work and the stories that went into go with each card, but also the artwork they did themselves, right? So this is like, when it comes to this kind of effort that's put into something so beautiful, you have to honor them with the words that they said too, which is why I do. Some days I can't read for shit though, so you gotta bear with me. But usually it's not too horrible. We'll see. What do we want? 13. Alright. So this one is a paradigm shift. We're in the time of great change, and the speed of our evolution is increasing exponentially. With our advancing technology and ability to communicate, more knowledge and power are available to us as individuals than we have had for centuries. There are also more platforms where we can share this information. We have the ability to connect with the tribes who are making a difference, to connect with a web of change where our lights unite and increase. Information that was inaccessible, taboo, or shrouded in mystery or initiation, especially in the healing arts, is now available. We can engage many tools as we build energetic sovereignty and create pockets where we can choose to make big changes in our communities. We can inspire others, connect the dots, and receive and share the knowledge and tools needed for transformation. As we wake up, we can't help but awaken those around us. It may start with an inquiry on what this fresh, new, and long-awaited breath is all about. An expansive being holds a tiny heart-shaped seedling. When the foundations we build on come from a place of love over fear, we will see huge positive changes in the world. We can start with ourselves. And then the theme of the card is communication, sharing wisdom, the breath of life, movement, faith, winged helpers, intention, inspiration, and change. And one thing we always have to understand is that intention goes a long way. I understand that we all sometimes have traumas, we have struggles, we have some things that change how we see and filter things through, and or even when you're trying to give or show love or do these things that maybe you weren't doing it in the best manner because you didn't understand because of the filter that you're going through or that you lived through. But when you look at somebody and if they hurt you and you can look at them and say, I understand that that wasn't their intention, what they were trying to do with this or what they meant to do, it's a lot easier to forgive people because when you understand that they weren't doing it from a place of being harmful, right, or trying to hurt you, they were doing it from a space of love, even if it was a skewed place of love. Like, love is so skewed these days that saying the word, sometimes people even freak out. And when you are someone like me who is always giving love, sometimes way more than I should, you didn't understand how to reel it back and still love unconditionally. And loving unconditionally is very hard, and that means you have to accept the good, the bad, the ugly, no matter what end of the spectrum it is. That doesn't mean you have to allow them in to continuously hurt you, but at the same time, it's a lot easier to forgive somebody, anybody, when you understand that their intention wasn't to harm anyone. Their intention was truly love. It's easier to understand that and move forward with love in your heart, right? So the next one we got was New Blueprint. Be the change you wish to see is an empowering mantra to remind us that we can step up and create the blueprints for the world we want to know. Powerful and meaningful change starts with you today. Despite our desire to see change, we can be overwhelmed by all that is going on in the world, and making a positive impact can seem impossible. It is healthy to have an interest in what is happening around us, but it is important not to become so disheartened that we can't find the inner light to ignite even the tiniest upward spiral of improvement. There is still so much natural beauty on this incredible blue planet, and there are organizations and solo game changers creating amazing transformation all the time. Shift your focus onto what is possible rather than what isn't. Stepping forward with action, however small, will benefit the vibration of the planet in some way. We have more of a voice than we realize. As consumers, we can direct our energy and make a difference through ethical choices. By stepping out of our own needs and wants, we can help someone less privileged. We can pick up trash, be present with someone, or smile at those we share a path with. Small acts create a ripple of goodness in the world. Consider how all beings can co-inhabit this glorious planet. Could you design a blueprint for ethical, compassionate, heart-centered living? What would the guardians of this earth need to do? need to be? How would they feel about themselves? What can you do to uphold this? This card inspires action, no matter how small, that will create a ripple of light in the world. You are a part of a bigger picture, a greater story, and your actions, your choices, your presence are making a difference. You have more power than you realize. Focus on what you can do and do it well. Change takes time, so make plans and start now. And it's true, and that's when you set your intention on just being a little bit better than the day before for yourself, not competing with anybody but yourself. If you set the intention to find more stuff to be grateful for, you're going to find it. The universe is going to send it out to you. God is going to let you see it absolutely 110%, because that's what we need more of in this world. And the more things that we find to be grateful or happy for, the easier it becomes to see them, and the more it comes every single day. And then we have some Moonology cards. I like this one too, because I believe everything is cycles, and when you're going with the cycles of the moon, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? I'm not going to take all those. Send me a couple at a time. Don't give me the whole row. Something that we need. Maybe give me 3. 1. Have faith in your dreams. I love that one. And it's true. It doesn't matter how small, how big, whatever. As long as you understand that you can do it, and you understand that when you take those bold steps and start making those changes, that the universe is going to put into play everything that needs to happen so you can acquire those dreams. If you show up for yourself, the universe will show up for you. And then on the bottom of the deck, don't let your past hold you back, which is very important. When we think of the things that we did wrong or not so right, or whatever, however you want to put it, we allow ourselves to focus on that. We're just going to manifest more of that. Hi, good morning, Alice. Can you ask me what? Welcome, Deputy Flo. That's cute. Just don't allow your past to hold you back. When you think about that and you compare to that, you focus on that, and then you limit yourself. You put yourself in this box that you don't deserve to be in. So, and then we go, believe. I cut the deck. Believe in the impossible. This is literally what it is. Once you have faith and trust the universe and start trusting yourself, you know when to turn, you know when to pivot, you know what you need to do, when you need to do it, and even if you don't think you do, when it's time, you're going to know, and it's going to happen, and you're going to do whatever you need to do. And that one little walk in somewhere, wherever it may be, that coffee shop visit, whatever, the random thing you did might meet you that one person that has the information or the conversation or whatever it might be that could change your life, change your direction, change your mindset, change that something that spirals your life on something so good. If you have what are the arguments about? That's really the question. And yeah, and you don't have to tell me. I just need you to understand that if it's something where he's not hearing you, or you're trying to force him into something, Cancer and a big ego. We all have big egos. I don't know if you're going to divorce, but if you're contemplating it, then you guys truly need to have a conversation. There's a thing called free will, and whenever you're trying to force somebody else's will, that's when you get into the struggles. So if you're feeling trapped there, then probably you need to separate a little bit. If he's feeling trapped or pushing away or pushing himself back, and that's what the arguments are about, and then you really need to look at each other and say, like, what are we missing? What are the communication? We're all stubborn. We're all stubborn. I know, me, I'm the queen of stubborn. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's about communication. And if you can't communicate properly, and you have to understand that as a couple, you guys are a team. Okay, so it doesn't matter if there's a problem, if there's a communication problem, whatever the problem is, you have to look at it as a team. And if you can't do that, and it then turns into, well, you did this, well, you did that, and you're never going to get anywhere because you guys aren't attacking the problem, you're attacking each other. And when it gets to that point, it's going to split. There's no other way, because it's just going to end up being toxic and not healthy in any way, shape, or form. So you have to really look at it and sit down and say, okay, are we wanting to be together? Is this something that is worth working on for both of us? If so, then we need to look at how we're communicating. And if you can't have those communications, and that's a struggle, like it's something when you have to go through those kind of things, sitting back, figuring it out, and learning how to speak life into each other and empower each other, and find a way to help correct the faults without attacking and saying, this is your problem, this is your problem, this is your problem, while never being accountable for your own. So truly, what I would say is sit back for a moment and recognize, is it worth fighting for? Are you guys do you guys truly love each other? And then start thinking about what you love about each other. And when you guys can start listing what you love about each other, and instead of what pisses you off or what triggers you, and if it triggers you, it means that it's something that you need to focus on, not him, you. If he's triggering you, it's something that you have deep down that could be a childhood wound, it could be anything, but if it's triggering you, then it's something you need to work on. And it's not always that easy, but and don't push yourself, don't force yourself. Just ask the question, like, why did what he's saying piss me off so much? Why did that trigger me into this mode? And just get curious. And you don't have to have that conversation with him. You can do that all on your own. But the conversation you both need to sit down with is, do we love each other? Is it worth fighting for? Is it worth working for? And how can we resolve these problems without attacking each other? Where we understand we're a team, and this problem is the problem. Not you did this, blah, 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 blah. We're not doing that. And that's the only way that you're going to move forward into a healthy way of communication. So I don't like to tell people if they're going to break up or not, but if you feel like you're unsafe or if it's unhealthy like that, then yeah, it's time to separate. Otherwise, if you guys love each other, then you got to find better ways to communicate, and it's not always easy, but if you chose to get married and you're choosing to love each other, then that's the choice you're going to make. You both got to work at it. Not just one, both. So that would be my advice. I can pull cards, but the truth is it's energy, and the other truth is there's free will. So literally every second of the day it could change direction. So to put it on the right path that you would like it to be on, you really need to be open to communication. Yeah, everybody fights. Everybody has disagreements, and that's okay. As long as they're not fist fights, we're not talking like that. We want to understand that when you have the arguments, that you got to find a way to not make them fight. Find a way that you're both fighting the problem, right? You guys are the team, so you can only have curses that are going to stick to you if you keep your vibration low enough to believe and accept that that's possible. So if you want to rise above that, you need to rise above that. And then doing that, you do that with loving yourself, loving each other. Yeah, the cards, curses are whatever you're going to... I believe that people do curses. Believe people do all kinds of things. But at the end of the day, if you're keeping your vibration high enough and you're in your self-love, your self-care, in your cleansing, spiritual cleansing rituals, your prayers, and it doesn't matter what religion you are, whatever you believe in, as long as you're doing it and you're asking for the highest good of all. And when you're giving out love, those curses can't touch you. Love will cancel out anything. So, and negative energy is on you. It's not on her. It's not on anybody. When you're having those negative attacks or those negative feelings, that's why I'm saying you need to ask yourself, why is that triggering me? Why is that upsetting me? When I tell you I've had attacks my whole life, and I didn't understand because I came from a very chaotic, very, very narcissistic family, very, very abusive family. So I can't tell you if he's the one for you. And I don't know him, and I don't just go into other people's energy without them approving it. Because that's a personal something, and if he's all in your energy and stuff like that, then it's different. But I don't like to step into other people's energy without their permission. It's just I do readings, but if I was to do a reading for you, it would be a personal reading, which you have to book through me. And when you book through me, I'm not going to read on somebody else. If you book through me and he's in your energy and the energy that I'm sensing is there, then I will tell you about it. But I won't do a reading. You can't pay me for a reading to go look into somebody else's energy. And the reason I don't do that is because there's a respect, and everybody has their own energy. And when you start stepping into and tromping all over other people's energies that don't give you permission, you're fucking with spiritual law. And I don't agree with that. And I won't take that karma on myself. So it's just it's a personal thing. If you would like a personal reading, you can book them. It's in my bio. Will you be successful with money? It depends on what you do. What do you do for a living? I'll pull a couple cards on that. I just won't do I will not get into relationships. I won't go into somebody's energy without their permission, just because it's a respect. I can ask you, will you be successful with money? What is it you do? And oh, you gotta. It's probably not the best card. It's maybe upside down, and you know this is betrayal, right? But because it's upside down, you have a half a chance after the Tower. So whatever you got going on, you need to look for snakes in your grass, by the looks of it. And I'm not saying to go accusing anybody, but always make sure the people, when you're building your business partners, your contracts, anything you sign are on the up and up. And if you don't understand it, don't sign it. You have it looked at. But let me see. Where's she? We're not going to take that many. Let's try again. Will she be successful? It says yes. And there's confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. So you have the opportunity. We got the Three of Wands, which is your ships coming in, travel, moving abroad. So you may have to travel for it, or the opportunity to travel. And then you got the Eight of Wands, which is hastiness. Well, it said successful, so we can ask for money, but I'm assuming that when you're successful, the money's going to come with it. So basically what it was saying is watch for the snakes in the grass. Okay, make sure your friends are your friends. Make sure the people around you are people that want to see you succeed moving forward. Make sure they're not trying to pull you down, pull you back. So make sure that you're always in a place where you're learning, moving ahead, and the people, the rooms you're in, they inspire you, right? You don't never want to be the smartest man in the room, right? Smartest woman in the room. You want to have people where you're learning. Oh, Scotland, boss. There you go. It did say traveling, so that would be pretty exciting. And Scotland would be great, eh? I've never been, but I'm from Canada too, so. Where is that? Where you were born in Canada? Yeah. I don't know, but the Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands, that's the hastiness. That's coming quick. So, I think as long as you make sure you get rid of all of the things that don't serve you well and focus on the things that you're wanting to do, I think that you have the opportunity, absolutely. So I'll be in Scotland or in Canada. What? If you want, so I will be in Scotland or in Canada. Oh, well, I don't know. It doesn't tell me where you're going to be successful, but if that's somewhere where you want to go, then that's probably your soul telling you that that's where you want to go. So you guys can go together, right? Or not, or you can go build your own. So it doesn't tell me specifically where you're going to go. I could ask those things, but that's more of a personal reading. You can go together, right? Or not, or you can go build your own. So it doesn't tell me specifically where you're going to go. I could ask those things, but that's more of a personal reading. Absolutely go. Well, then that's a conversation y'all have to have. And really, your true north, when we're looking for our true north, it's never going to be a person. So when you're trying to find your purpose, when you're trying to find your love and your true love, which is always first and foremost going to be you, when you're learning to find your purpose and figuring those things out, as you're ascending and as you're doing all the good things, if they're meant for you, they're going to come with you. And if they're not meant for you, they're going to fall away. And once you can understand that and move forward boldly, that's when you're really going to start acquiring all these benefits and all your abundance. So you keep what? I'm not sure what your questions are. I don't, like, if you keep what? You just want to keep moving forward. You have to keep moving forward with your, and when you're looking to move forward and learn, you're asking the universe to help you with everyone involved's highest, best good. So if they're meant to come with you, they're going to come. If they're not, then they're not. And you're going to move forward and you're going to do great things either way. So you need to not worry about who comes with you. You need to worry about what you're doing and do what's best for you and your family and the things that you want to create. Yes. Yeah. Once you have, I don't know what you do for a living, but successful is a different scale. You can make millions of dollars and not feel successful, or you could make $15 an hour and feel successful at a job mopping the floor. You cannot we don't compare like that, right? It's how you feel. And when you feel successful on the inside, you're going to spew that out to the world, and you're just going to invite in more success. So when you're focusing that way, that's when you have the ability to be grateful and happy and love the life you're in while aspiring to do great things. And you're doing it in a balance that you're not throwing one thing to the side, one thing away. You're doing it as balanced way as possible. And once you can learn to do that, that's when you're going to be successful no matter what you do, mentally, emotionally, physically. So you just got to look forward and know what you want and start going inward and seeing if that's the best for you. It didn't say in another country. I didn't ask if it was in another country. It said traveling abroad. That doesn't mean that you're going to travel for good. You could go on a trip. You could go on a staycation, 10 miles away. Travel is travel. You could travel mentally. But the reason I said that is if you're going to Scotland, you want to go to Scotland, right? So if that's something you aspire to do, that would obviously be travel, and that would be something that would be worth looking into, because clearly your mind and your heart already wants to do that. So that's why I said that. Travel here to Canada? Well, that's fine. It doesn't... You can travel as many times as you want in this world. I traveled for 25 years. I get it. Good morning, Taylor. Okay. I'm going to pull a couple of these. These are some affirmation cards, and these I find are always helpful. Just simple little things when those negative thoughts or the questioning or all of the other things start to get into your brain. You use these to drive them out and change up the programming from all the negative limiting stuff to the positive, better things that are actually going to be helpful moving forward and help you manifest what you actually want. And sometimes you got to remember when you speak things, you want to make sure that it's something you actually want. You're speaking life into things and not speaking negativity and all that stuff. No, you're allowing it to be a blockage. I had all kinds of blockages. I had all those things, and I've overcome them. It took me longer to overcome them because I gave them so much power. Don't give them power. And it's a struggle. And I know I've been through, you can go watch my old videos. I've been through the hell and back like you can't even imagine. Me, I'm a Leo. But at the end of the day, you have to really look, and you can't blame the blockages. Take those blockages, get around them, because it's only a blockage until you find the resource, or you find a way around it, or when you realize you're stuck into this or that. This choice, I don't really get to win. This choice, I don't really get to win. So I have to choose between either one. And that's called survival mode, and we don't want to be in there ever again. And when you step back and you realize, wait a minute, I don't need to play this game. I don't need this one or this one. I can choose this path where I get to win. And I get to be happy. And they don't get to beat me down. That's what you really need to look at. Don't look at them as blockages. Okay, they're just something that's teaching you how to be more resourceful, how to be stronger, and more independent. And when you do that, you would be surprised how easy it comes. You got to get out of the worry, and you got to start asking questions. If you can't be grateful and you can't be happy for these things and you're not sure how to do it, ask the universe. Literally pray it before bed. God, can you show me where I need the strength? Can you show me what I have, all the abilities, the different paths I can take? Can you open up doors for me, because I don't understand where I'm at. I don't understand what's going on. How do I understand? Can you help me? And when you ask for that, it's gonna happen. Make things to cut the road. I don't know what that means. Who make things? Okay, so anyways, we have faith. I am confident I will achieve my goals. I live in the present and I have faith in the future. I firmly believe in my value within the universe. These are the things I'm talking about. Start saying affirmations like these. Look up simple affirmations. I'm strong. I am powerful. I am abundant. I'm willing to learn. I am open to receiving. I am loving. I am kind. I'm faithful. When you're doing all of these things and you're saying these things, not only are you affirming it to yourself, you're affirming it to the universe. And I'm grateful. Always, I'm grateful. I don't care if you can't think of anything else to say. Even in the shittiest moments, if you say, I'm grateful for the lesson. I'm grateful that I'm still alive, because as long as there's breath in your lungs, you have an opportunity to change it. So, yes, I've had a lot of snakes too. But when we start being accountable and we understand that throughout the journey, those snakes, we allowed them in, we allowed them to terrorize more than they should have, because of our own limited thinking, our own skewed vision of how life goes, right? And when we can be accountable to ourselves for that and understand that no matter how we like it or don't like it, the fact remains that we allowed that for so long. We have to forgive ourselves first, which is the hardest, and then forgive them and let it go. And once you let it go, you make room for all this new stuff to come in. It's just absolutely mind-blowing the way things change so quickly when you just put a little bit of effort into understanding and being accountable, first and foremost to yourself, and then moving forward. I thought I saw Danny come in. Good morning, Danny. Good morning, Olivia. Then we have positive action. I focus on the beauty in me and I find silence. I live and honor the present by doing what I can do now. What I cannot change, I let go and entrust to God. It was. I thought I saw you. Good morning. Everything turns to light. I work to improve myself, embrace all that life brings to me, and transform darkness into light. I allow myself to grow and become stronger. These affirmations seem like such a small thing, but when the negative stuff, the sadness, depression, anger, frustration, any of those things, the worry, because we all worry 1,000 times a day, when we can get rid of all that shit and just for that moment say, here, right here, in this moment, I am safe. Okay, even if there's stress, worry, 1,000 bills coming at you, all of the things, when you can say that doesn't matter because in this moment, I am safe. And then you start affirming these things, everything's going to turn to light, everything's going to work out, God will work it out for me. I'm going to do what I've learned to this point, and the rest has to be left to God. And when you do that, you would be surprised how things change. And you also would be surprised at the thoughts that come into your head, the ideas, the path, things that you would have never thought of because you were so busy stressing and worrying and freaking out. Do this, do that, do this, do that. And guess what? You could just do this. And that idea will come into your head because you're open to receiving it from the universe. Okay, and you learn how to trust yourself. And that's the biggest reason why I fight so hard for self-care, because once you love yourself and honor yourself and trust yourself enough, intuition, which is what it is, the universe is what gives you those messages and gives you those signs. And when you're in survival mode, you can't see it. It's always going to be one answer or the other, and you never get to win on either answer. And it usually puts you in a deeper hole, which just makes it harder. So when you can understand that in this moment I am safe, no matter what happens, in this moment I am safe, you'd be surprised how very quickly that third option shows up. And it just comes into your brain and says, holy shit, how did that happen? And you're like, well, I've already tried these other two and they didn't work out so well. So hell, thank you, Smith. You've already tried them. They weren't working out. So when you open up to that third path and you're going to try it because you've tried the other two and you already know how they end up. And when the third path actually makes a way where you got to win a little bit, and it might not have been perfect, but you got to win and you didn't lose all of your things, and there's all these things that are benefit. Is a good man coming in 2045? I hope so. I'm sorry, I had to laugh at that. I mean, I love myself a lot, but there's many good men. We just gotta wait for them to show up. But they're not going to show up if we're not loving ourselves. And I only laughed because there's a lot of good men, just like there's a lot of good women. But when we haven't seen all of that firsthand, sometimes it's hard to believe, but it's true. I don't know. What do you want? What was the question? Canada drained me down because she is his mother there, and that she never want me to be with his son and be. Well, if somebody's that much into your relationship, mother, father, and if they're actually trying to ruin something, then it's time to step back from them, right? And that just depends on the relationship, right? If you guys are truly loving each other, then respectfully, he's going to say, Mom, I love you, but you need to back up. This is my relationship. So it's going to come... those are things that you guys have to work on together, and you gotta. If he's gonna do that, he needs to make sure that you're the one too. So just remember to be respectful and take on everything. Oh, sorry, my phone's ringing. Okay, so and then the next one is self-love. I attend to my needs by listening to my heart. My inner essence lets me know what is good for me. I respect my limits. I answer the requests of my body and my soul. Thus, I learn to love myself. He cut her. Why do you think they're jealous? Why are you assuming they're jealous? Uh, and none of it matters. Who cares who's jealous? I have 1,000 people a day that hate me. Do I care? No, because I'm not hating anybody. I'm loving. We move forward with what we want in life. And if I'm letting somebody's jealousy, anger, hatred, whatever judgment of me stop me from what I'm doing, then I'm giving them power over my life. I'm allowing these people that are jealous, dislike me, hate me, don't like my nose, don't like my eyebrows, whatever. I'm allowing these people to control what I do in life. So that's not ever going to happen, first of all. I am who I am, just like you are who you are. So if you're allowing people, thoughts, actions, any of that stuff to direct how you move or maneuver through life, then you're giving them power over your life. You don't even have power over your life. So that's the first thing you need to focus on. I don't care if somebody hates me. I don't care if somebody hurts my feelings. If they hurt my feelings, then I need to go back and go, whatever they said triggered me to hurt my feelings. Why did that happen? Why did what they say or do hurt my feelings? Do they pay my bills? Do I have to sleep with them? No. Any of those things, do they live life with me day in and day out? No. Which means they have no impact on my life whatsoever. And when you can understand that and you move forward, still loving and compassionate, always, because we're not going to attack anybody. But when you can move forward with that and understand that I am who I am, and the 12:21 on the clock, thank you, Spirit, and the power comes from us. So when we're allowing somebody's judgment, thought, hate, love, whatever it may be of us to predict how we behave, then we're giving up control of our own life to these people that you're not even sure if they love or care about you at all. So the best way to remedy that is to focus on your own life and understand your strengths and your weaknesses, so that you can turn them into strengths. But understand them, know them, and don't allow somebody to convince you otherwise. Be open to learning, be open to all of the other possibilities, but don't allow somebody's jealousy, anger, anything negative to come at you. It should just bounce right off you, because that's not what you are. You are love, you're kindness, you're caring, you're compassionate. You're all of those things that don't accept jealousy, anger, control. And once you learn to transmute that into love, then you're really going to move up quickly. So focus on that and don't let anybody's jealousy, anger, any of that shit bother you. Who cares? It's not anybody's business. That's it. You're focusing on the wrong things, honey. See, anger, any of that shit bother you. Who cares? It's not anybody's business. That's it. You're focusing on the wrong things, honey. Focus on yourself. That's all you focus on. When you focus on that, you ain't got time. And if he's spending all his money on you, then what are you worried about? Period. Okay, now trust. Funny. Funny that was the next one. I trust life and my strengths. Each moment guides me to the light. Everything on my path is placed there for my growth. And it's true. So I place here for you today, just so you can understand, you have the right idea and you have the right wants and goals in life. You just have to understand how to get there and not allow focusing on other people's stuff. It's not your business what they think of you. It's not your business what they're doing. What your business is you and your life and what you want moving forward. And when you can learn and understand that, nobody can stop you. Right? So, and then we have creation. I have the power to direct my life. With a constructive attitude, I create what is best for my soul. I firmly believe I can transform and improve my inner and outer worlds by turning every thought into affirmative action. I act in the image of God and bring light into my life. I was literally just saying that, and it's so true. Freedom through faith. I calm my thoughts and rise above fear. I free myself of all doubt by entrusting my doubts to God. I have faith in God's perfect timing and placement. I trust His will and find freedom. And these affirmations are just really good ones for when you're feeling the negative reaction or feeling wore down. If you feel like you're being attacked, use those, because you are your own power and your own authority. So you can say, I rebuke that. I return it to sender, whatever. I don't return to sender because I don't believe in perpetuating the cycle. The whole violence thing, the whole everything. If somebody's sending negative at you, a lot of times they don't even know what they're doing. So sending it back to them and just attacking them back is only going to keep it going. That's my own opinion. That is not, there's no judgment on anybody who does return to sender. They're well within their rights to do so. So I'm not in any way shitting on anybody for that, okay? But when you learn how to transmute it, take it and do something creative. Like I make my jewelry, painting, I make my teas. I like to make things with my hands. Does everybody need to? No, but finding a way to express yourself and transmute that negative and turn it into something positive. And if you have to return it to sender or something, when you're asking to call your power back and you're calling all the energy back, but when you're returning whatever's back to everybody, it's in everyone's highest best good. So that means you're not sending negative stuff back to other people. You're going to learn how to transmute it slowly. But if you ever do have to feel the need to return it, you're returning it for everybody's highest best good. So when you're doing that, you're not sending that negative back to them, okay? It's going to transmute along the way into something better. So you just have to learn how to transmute that. Anything, making anything, getting your mind out of the chaos, getting your mind out of fight or flight mode, survival mode, being able to calm that. You'll see things through a different area, different filter, and you won't feel so attacked. Because sometimes you're feeling attacked and you're doing it yourself because you're worrying about what somebody else is doing to you, and they're not even thinking about you, right? You're giving some unknown person this power over you that they don't even have. You're creating this whole thing in your head, and when you get to that point, because we all have trauma and we all have this thing, so when we think something's happening and we create this whole story, thank you, Spirit, we create this whole story in our head where we don't even know what's going on. We don't know what that person's doing. That person's probably not even thinking about you, but because that filter or that trauma that you haven't healed yet, you're recreating that trauma because it's a trigger and it's something that you're hurt, and you have to not only acknowledge it, you got to sit with it, and you have to love it. You have to love that part of yourself. Thank you, Spirit. You have to love that part of yourself just as much as you love all of the wonderful things. You got to love the bad things too. That doesn't mean you go and do them. It just means you learn how to bring them into your life and adjust things accordingly, and learn what the triggers are so that they don't trigger you anymore. So that those bad parts don't show up, right? And understand that sometimes those drives and those things that we did were a form of protection. Thank you, Spirit. That's how we learn to protect ourselves. And you can't hate yourself for that. You have to understand that that's what you knew at the time, and you have to forgive yourself for that. And you have to love yourself, and you have to respectfully say, I understand why you would show up in these moments, and I appreciate this part of you that showed up for me to try and keep me safe. And when you acknowledge it and you allow it that peace, those triggers start to change, and then you allow yourself to, no, thank you, Spirit, and you allow yourself, sorry, I have to do a puzzle piece. You allow yourself to accept that was that part of your life, and it was there for a reason. It was there for your protection, and that's why and how it happened. And then when you can accept that and you start changing how you view things and how you process things, you'd be surprised that these things that are on attack and these things that we think are happening because we've created this whole story in our brain, thank you, Spirit, are not even happening. We don't even know. Those people have gone on about their lives. They're living their lives, hopefully doing better, doing great things. And we're busy allowing this person that's not even in our life to tear our lives down, or create fear or some kind of trauma in us that we don't need. So that's why we really need to start affirming and saying, no, I don't give any of that power. Thank you, Spirit. I don't give any of that power. And if I'm feeling negative, I'm going to do something creative. While I'm asking myself, why am I feeling that negative feeling? Because if I'm feeling that negative feeling, that means there's something that I need to look at or rethink and process. And it's a step-by-step thing, and it's gross, yucky shadow work. I always say that, but it's when you come out on the other side each time, every single time, when you get to the meat of it. Thank you, Spirit. When you get to that part where you can understand and it clicks, the other side of that, and the accomplishment and the empowerment, the absolute empowerment that you feel for yourself, is just beyond. It's hard to even explain. It's such a wonderful, wonderful thing. So don't give anybody power in your life. And when you feel like you're giving something to fear, we all get scared. Thank you, Spirit. We all get scared. So there's no judgment whatsoever. But when you take that fear and you say, wait a minute, what am I scared of? I've done this. I've survived this to this point. I've overcome this. I've overcome that. What's this? What is it that's causing fear? Or is it excitement? Am I actually scared, or am I actually just really excited to do it? And it's really about catching those programs and catching those negative limiting beliefs, and flipping them on their head, right? Literally every single time it comes to your brain, and you're, but, silence it. No, but what? But I could. What if this went right, and this went right, and this went amazing? And don't put so much expectation on it. It's about catching all that and switching it. And when you can switch it on its head and turn it to something positive, and not only are you empowering yourself, you're giving yourself more personal strength, you're showing yourself love. And that is one of the highest forms of self-care that you could ever have. So focus on those things. Don't let somebody else's shit drag you down. Don't let that be the reason you didn't do something. If somebody is offended by what I say truly, and it actually was offensive, then I will absolutely apologize. But aside from that, I will always say what I say and mean what I say, to the best of my ability. Thank you, Spirit. So I try really hard to give the messages that I'm guided to give, and mostly it goes with my life and the things I've been through. Welcome, guys. And I've been through some shit. If you you can go through my older videos. I don't like to bring up past stuff. So unless it's something that I've been learning from specifically, like if I've dug deeper and there's a story that needs to be told to understand where or why. Thank you, Spirit. That it relates, then I'll dig into it and talk about it. But for the most part, I don't like to do the pity me and all that shit. So I like to move forward, and if I'm going back in the past to learn something or to work through it so I can figure out another lesson that I need to be to make me stronger, better, faster, happier, more loving, more kind, thank you, Spirit, then that's what I'm going to do. But otherwise, it's about finding the lesson, recognizing it, and anything that you're unsure of or you can't understand all the way, you can't punish yourself. You forgive yourself because you don't know. You be open to learning, and you ask God, ask the universe, ask whoever it is that you pray to or you believe in is your higher power. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Thank you. Ask them, show me, can you show me, can you help me, because I'm not sure where to go from here, what next steps, what can I do? And you would be surprised, even if it's like someone like me popping up on your For You page and seeing like, wait a minute, something she said makes a little bit of sense. Like, you're always going to get what you need. You just can't put the expectation on where it's coming from, who it's coming from, when it's going to happen. You just have to ask the question and then be open for the answer. And when you are, it's going to come to you so fast you're not even going to be prepared for it. But when it comes and you're open and you listen and you understand and you put in that work, the mountains that you climb, you're literally sitting on a ridge going over mountain and you don't even realize it. You're 10,000 feet up in the air looking down at the eagles, like, what's going on? How did that happen, right? And it's because you've been asking the questions and you're doing the work, and sometimes you don't even know you're doing the work. Every once in a while, just sit back, look backwards for a minute and say, holy crap, I got this far, and celebrate it. Really, just celebrate it. Celebrate it more. I'm in trouble all the time. My spirit team's always giving me trouble because, look, I don't celebrate it enough, right? I have trouble actually acknowledging as far as I've come because I was always a perfectionist. I could never do anything good enough, and I was a filter of my own struggles. But once I started to learn how far I could come and all of the wonderful things that I did, that's where I really started to jump leaps and bounds, right? And understand my own self and understand that no matter what happened through anything, I was going to accomplish it. And I was going to accomplish it with ease, with grace, with kindness, and with love. Which sometimes is harder than we might want or we might think. But I learned to do that. And I learned to tackle things and speak how I want to speak. I speak with love. I'm not going to send hateful words out to people, even if I'm angry. And I'm telling you, that was a big struggle for me because I used to curse like a sailor. I still cuss a lot. I try to do really well, but and when I was angry, I could spew some venom. I could say some nasty things to people, and I came from a very abusive family, so the things that I could spit out of my mouth were just horrendous. And I had no idea that words were spells, and I did not understand that when you're saying these things and cursing at people and tearing them down, that you're throwing curses at them. You're throwing negative things at them. And once I understood that, I really, really curbed how I speak to people, but I hadn't quite curbed how I spoke to myself. I was cursing my own self and putting this negative stuff on my own self because I didn't know. And I'm not perfect. Sometimes I'll do things like, oh, you're dumb or whatever, and I say it to myself, and I'm like, no, you're not. Stop saying that. And I literally have to have these conversations sometimes with myself. Really, it's with my spirit team, but I talk to myself a lot because as we're processing and programming, when you're learning, sometimes having that conversation with yourself allows you to hear your highest, best self, and that's what's important. Oh, I don't know this number. Hold on a minute. Oh, wait. I don't know that number. That's Ontario, though. I'll call it back. Everyone's calling me today when I'm on here. It's okay. I gotta get off here anyway. But just understand that we get to choose what we're going to do. We can speak negativity out onto the world and understand that that's exactly what's going to come back to us because that's what we're spewing out into the world. Or we can speak love and life into all the things around us. And when we do that, what do you think is going to come back at you? And I'm going to tell you, I've had enough shitty things and bad things coming my way, which many were self-induced because I didn't know better. But I'm sick of the negativity, and I want some positivity in my life, and I found peace and happiness and kindness, and I can give it out freely without ever taking from myself because I fill my own cup every single day. And when I got to that point, truly you can't understand what that's worth until you've acquired it. And that peace is you'll fight like hell to keep that. And no, I'm not talking wars. You're gonna fight mentally. Correct to all, but I demand. Don't demand anything. You don't need to demand. Period. There's no need to demand. This is how I deserve to be treated. Um, you're either going to treat me that way properly, or you move on. Like you can't force somebody to do anything. And when we get to that point and we can understand that, and if he's not treating you right, then you move on without him, right? You got to teach him how to treat you. I didn't know this for so long, for so long, because I came from a very abusive family growing up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about him. It's about you, how you're being treated. So you treat yourself how you want to be treated. And when you treat yourself, you're showing him how to treat you. And if he's not treating you how you need to be treated, then you need to walk on and say, I'm not okay with this. It's not an option. You get one warning. This is the warning. This is how I need to be treated. And if you're not treating me that way, and I'm treating you the proper ways, you walk on. And he's thank you, Spirit. He's either going to learn how to treat you and step up and man up and do the right thing, or he's going to move on and you're going to move forward and still treating yourself with love and kindness and moving forward, doing better, and walk right into somebody else someday who's going to learn how to treat you because you're treating yourself the way you need to be treated. It's never about him. It's never, and I'm not saying don't treat them properly, because we're always going to be treating people how we want to be treated, right? That's just a given. But if he's mistreating you, a lot of times because we don't know how we need to be treated, and we're not even treating ourselves that way. And I'm telling you, because I didn't know that for 42 years or something. So when I'm telling you this, I'm not telling you this like I knew this my whole life. I probably should have known this 25 years ago, and I didn't. That's why I'm so passionate about coming on here and teaching it out as I learn and showing it the best I can. I don't ask for likes. I don't ask for gifts. I don't ask for money. This is a service that I give out because it doesn't matter if I have $1 million or $1. I can give it, and a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of love and a little bit of strength doesn't take away from me. It helps build up anybody, and anybody that listens even for a small moment and listens with an open heart can see that not only am I correct, I have so many years of experience having to learn the other way, the hard way, and then trying to come out of that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And God has me on here and doing this, what I'm doing right now, because it's not about whether I'm going to be a millionaire or not. It's about, I know what I've survived. I know how I survived it. And I know that surviving is not fucking fun. Thriving is. And it's the only thing my whole life I've wanted to do. And now I'm doing that. And I know along the way how hard it was, because I didn't have one lick of help. Okay, I had to figure it out on my own and learn how to trust myself and my spirit team. And I shouldn't say by myself, because I always had God in the universe. But I couldn't trust them because I couldn't trust myself. So, I was trying to do everything on my own. So when I do this, I'm doing this for everybody, just that little bit that helps them understand. It's not about what I'm getting out of this. And I get a satisfaction knowing that hopefully I got to help one person. And to me, man, if you've been through life and you've been through life with no help and you've had to struggle and fight and figure it out the hard way, until you've had to be through those struggles all the way, all the time, you'll never understand what this little bit that I'm doing really could mean to somebody. So that's why I do it. And when you can change your thought process and look to those positives and find that the good in anything, because there's good in everything, even the worst of the worst. And it's shitty to even think like that, but it's true. And if you can find that little nugget, that little gem, and can flip the perspective like that, you can literally change the whole world. And once you know that, you can do anything. We got this one. I claim my desires, I hold great visions, and I am ready to receive. And this is the one we have to learn so much. I'm ready to receive. And it's so hard to do when you give. You've never been, you didn't even know how to receive because it was never an option. It was always give. And once you're able to receive, learning how to receive and being open to receive, it's a tricky business. But once you learn, man, the things that come to you, the joy, the peace, the only thing I ever wanted in my life was peace. And once I started acquiring that, you can't take it from me. Nobody can take it from me because I earned it on my own. I received it. I asked for it. I worked damn hard for it. Nobody can just give you peace. I had to earn that, and it was damn hard earned. So I'm going to enjoy it, and I'll fight for it with everything I got. I'm peaceful. He's sometimes no. I'm sure. So we can never pick sides, and I don't know the man, so I don't want to judge a guy like that. But at the same time, remember that when we're seeing things, sometimes we're seeing or thinking things out of anger or fear or any of those things. So I'm laughing because I went through my whole life, playing victim or being upset, and you only get to play victim as long as you stay there. Thank you, Spirit. Once you take yourself out of victim mode and become the victor, it doesn't matter what they do. What they do doesn't affect you. It's your life. You're moving forward. And if he's not treating you properly, you need to show him how to treat you properly. Period. That's it. And you have to learn how to treat you properly. That's why you need self-care so much. We are the same. The irony is that we are the same and from, I don't know what that means. Different backgrounds. Oh, backgrounds don't mean anything. Backgrounds are only traditions and things that you choose to uphold. And if it's causing negativity in your life, then it's probably a tradition you don't want to uphold. There's all kinds of different backgrounds. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the queen or you're a homeless person. I'm going to treat you with the same respect, okay? And I don't wait till you give me respect. I treat you with respect immediately. I can take it away just as fast. So if you mistreat me or I do things for you and I'm trying to show you kindness and you mistreat me or you're cruel to me, I'm not going to throw negative at you. I'm not going to be mean or cruel to you. I'm just going to, okay, we don't align. Have a wonderful life. I wish you the best. And I'm going to move on. Don't point the fingers. Just understand that they don't know. They don't always understand what they're doing. When you get to that point, you're really going steps ahead. You're leap years ahead of many others. So just understand, you always start giving 110% respect to every person. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you believe, what language you are. If I can't speak your language, I can smile. I can certainly smile. I can open the door for you. I can show you kindness and love, and you're going to understand what that is because it's universal. Period. So I don't care what religion you are. I don't care if you love me, hate me, whatever. You can hate my guts. I'm still going to look at you in your face and I'm going to say, how are you today? If there's a place where we need to encounter each other. If it's best that we stay apart, then I'm going to do that. But I'm still going to stay apart with love. I'm never going to wish harm on you. Because me wishing harm on you, what does that accomplish? Nothing. Because everyone has their own struggles. Right. Because they don't see it. So when you start behaving that way and outwardly showing it and not acting like you're being that person. That's who you are. When you start to do that, you're showing other people how to do it, because people just don't understand how to do it sometimes. You're leading the way, and sometimes that's what I'm saying. When there's times that they don't know, they're going to do bad things to you because they didn't know, or because they were angry, or they weren't sure how to process. Or you want to punish them for that, or do you want to allow them to live their life, and they're going to sit back, and maybe it's a month down the road and they're going, oh, I was such an asshole, I didn't understand then. It doesn't matter. You taught them a lesson, you showed them the way, and they may not know it for 5 years down the line. And that's not up to you when they learn the lesson. It's up to you to just be that lesson, and show them with kindness and compassion, right? I send a prayer of love to all beings in need of a miracle. I'm pretty sure that's like just what I was talking about. And then, I am committed to bringing forth my greatness. I will no longer play small. That's right. You got to remember. So, the best way I would do it, or how I consider it, is if you live your life like you're on camera 24/7, like the world is watching you. Would you want the world to see you mistreating somebody? Would you want to be mistreated by somebody else in front of the whole world? You know, how would you want to be treated? No, I'm not vegan. Someday maybe, but not yet. Nope. Kindness is a gift I bestow upon the world. And it's true. And it's free. It doesn't cost a penny. It doesn't even take a huge amount of your time, because it's just there naturally. So when you understand that you can give out all these things, and you don't have to have $1 million, you don't have to have all these things, that little bit of decency, common courtesy, respect, and kindness is truly, it's free. But it causes the biggest ripple in the entire world. Okay, just give me 2 of these, because I got 5 minutes, and I gotta get my butt in gear to get my daughter. Oh, I like that one. Look at life from a higher perspective. And now I always say these ones because it has a verse in here in the Bible, and it doesn't matter what you believe. I only put up, I believe in any form of spirituality as a tool. Okay, I believe that anything man-made is flawed. There's ways that it can be used for good or bad. I believe anything can be used for good or bad. So you're gonna get out of it what you put in. But I think a lot of these have moral code, moral compass stories, and guidelines that are very, very truly teach us how to treat ourselves and others. So when I pull these ones, I believe that the verse, there's something on or near there that we should maybe look up and read, and there's something, a message that can really help us with our questions or our worries. So this one is, look at life from a higher perspective. Getting wisdom is the wisest thing you can do. And that's Proverbs 4:7. So if you look up 4:7 and you read somewhere in and around there, there's usually going to be something in there that will definitely help with your questions. Give you another perspective, help you see it in a way that's going to be more useful for moving forward and how to move forward, right? Reflect God's compassion. I was just talking about that. Be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God through Christ has forgiven you. And that's Ephesians 4:32. So if you look up those on the bottom of the deck, I always like to do that. Have the faith to walk through new doors. True. For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven. And then I'm going to pull, yeah, we got 5 minutes. I always push my luck and then I got to run out of here, but it's okay. I like these ones. These are a fairly new deck I got, and I really like them. They're very simple, but I'm always guided by angel numbers and synchronicities. I have my whole life. They've saved me from many, many, many times I should have been dead, I'll tell you that. And also inspired me to make great changes in my life. So I saw this deck and I just needed to have it, and I like it, and I find that it always gives me a couple that I really like to hear. So something. I'm not going to take that many, though. I don't have that much time. But I'll take that one. Yeah, that's way too many. I'm only going to take the top part of that. If you want that many, you got to spit out a couple more at a time. Where I'm not taking half a deck. Because I don't have time. Don't mess with me, Spirit. Last shuffle. Okay. My phones are going crazy today. Okay. Still got a few anyway. So we got, I'm going to do them in the order they came out. Saint Archangel Michael. Yeah, I love Archangel Michael. He protects me a lot. Same with Metatron and Uriel and Gabriel. They show up a lot. They have showed up a lot in my life. Raphael. They've all shown up. I've had a I've been saved through a lot. You'd have to go look at my past stories or my past videos to understand some of the shit that I've survived. I should not be alive to this day, I'll tell you that. It's only because of God I'm still here. So, 0550, and it's the eye candy. Intuition, creativity, aesthetics, expression, networking, harmony, potential, and romance. Take a break to enjoy fresh air or gather with friends for a delightful time. Appreciate the natural beauty around you waiting to be discovered. You may soon start an exciting new project or enjoy a charming date. Use your charisma to connect with others and create meaningful interactions wherever you go. And then we got 666. Reflect. Healing, empathy, self-discovery, compassion, awareness, and inner peace. Unexpected changes are on the horizon, challenging your thoughts and feelings. This is a prime opportunity to reassess your identity, embrace a mindset shift, opt for optimism, confidence, and trust. Listening to your intuition and understanding your emotions are key to your growth and evolution. And then we got 666. In case the 3 wasn't enough, we got the 4th one. Great blessings. Self-love, boundaries, needs, positivity, wisdom, understanding, letting go, and expansion. Nurture yourself by honoring your needs, desires, and boundaries. Let go of what weighs you down and make space for meaningful experiences. Expand your spirit across all areas of your life. Embrace the big love, opportunities, or job that are about to enter your journey. That's pretty exciting. And then 555. Oh, that's the good and the dreaded. It depends on how adaptable you are. When you learn that change is inevitable and can get excited for it. But me, I've always been, it was just funny because I traveled a whole lot, but I always was, change would always make me upset. And now I truly look forward to it, which is kind of funny. But every time I see it, I'm like, oh, here we go. And it shouldn't be like that. It should be like, oh, yay. But I'm still working on it. So it's change, growth, resilience, transformation, purpose, renewal, breakthrough, and creative energy. You're about to level up. Although it may not feel easy at first, like I said, that's where I go, uh-oh. This challenge is preparing you for greater things that align with your highest good. This is why you've been seeking. This is the why you've been seeking. Keep pushing forward. There's a reward waiting for you at the end of this journey. Yeah, that's when every time I see 555, I'm like, oh, here we go. But you can't. You gotta learn it. And then that actually transitions and puts a more negative light on it, which makes it harder, makes it more of a struggle to learn the lesson and see the things. So it's just, I had to laugh about that. When you can trigger that, thank you, Spirit. I know you put that in there just to be a smartass, but when you can see that and understand that and learn to shift that perspective from nervousness or fear to excitement, truly it's such a better perspective, and it's much easier to adjust to. And then we have 222, which is alignment. This is one of my favorite. Harmony, authenticity, relationships, growth, balance, choices, devotion, and trust. How do you move forward towards your true calling? Simply follow what brings you joy. Your passion and enthusiasm will be your guiding light. If something sparks your interest, follow it. These paths will lead you closer to discovering your life's purpose. Truly, it's what makes you happy, what brings you joy, what absolutely makes your heart sing at the end of the day. And sometimes we don't even know what that is. We're so weighed down by all the other shit. That's why I ask those questions. Be open. Try new things. Don't that change, the fear around change. Well, don't allow it to be fear. Allow it to be excitement, and literally get excited to try new things and to learn and see. And if you're not perfect at it, who cares? And if it's something you want to try again because something just made you feel good, then do it. Absolutely do it. Try it again. And if you fail and you're not perfect at it, who cares? You don't have to do it again. But you're not going to know till you try. So, okay, I got to go and get my daughter. I've been slacking, hanging out on here all day. I have to actually go pick up my daughter and let her trash the house again. That's what she does best. I love her to death, though. I'm in BC. Yeah. Anyways, I'll be back on probably tomorrow. It'll be roughly the same time. I try to go on when my daughter's in school, so I still have the ability to do what I need to do with my daughter, and I have the time to think, because when my daughter's around, she's a lot of energy, and I love her to death, but for focusing like this, it can be difficult. So I appreciate everyone that shows up, and my YouTube is in my bio. By the end of today, I'll put this live up on YouTube. I like to post them up so that if anybody misses things, or if there's something, a message they think they might need, they can go look at it there. So I love you guys. I appreciate everyone that shows up, and I hope everybody that did show up, even if it's for a second, you just got a little bit of love and a little bit of strength and a little bit of a better perspective to see things coming in a nicer way. 101 on the clock, and that's new beginnings. And that's every single day. Thank you, Spirit. Every breath, every moment of the day, we have the opportunity to make new beginnings and make changes. So good changes, truly, truly good changes. So I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe if I, oh yeah, there we go.